Uh, do you think racism isn't natural, like a natural process in the brain?
Correct.
Can you tell me how racism forms within people?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So the way it works, I thought about this for many, many years. So the way it works is when everything is okay, chimps don't fight. But when resources are low, they start wars. That's my theory. So
Um,
and
okay.
humans are just chimps. So humans might say race, religion, ideology, but really what they're not saying is, and they're not aware, but it's just low resources. When resources, available
What's
resources. Hmm.
How is that relevant to the conversation?
Oh, then let me just check that the audio is okay.
You said
Yeah.
racism isn't natural, so you'd have the burden of proof to prove that it's like made by humans.
I have the burden of proof. How would you like me? Well, I just supplied you with a theory to
That wasn't relevant. Like if racism was like natural though.
wasn't relevant to
Because
racism.
in the
Hold
way
on.
he's using the word natural, he's saying it's a natural process, even if it's one that's taking place over resources. It's not a supernatural process.
Yeah, there's no supernatural.
Wait.
So yeah, but
It's not an unnatural process.
racism is a symptom. Racism
Kind of.
um, racism is a sorry. It's not even it's a strategy. It's a symptom slash strategy to deal with a low resource scenario for chimps. And I mean, chimps are racist. I mean, they separate, they they realize, they separate into camps and they go to war and they kill each other.
How is that racism? Like, are they fighting other chimps because other chimps are like differently colored, or because they have resources they want? Because that's just like not racism.
It's, I mean, it's a different troop. They split into troops, so you could say the different troops are, they go about their way, and then years later they meet and go to war and kill each other. Look, my
Yeah,
point
but
is.
they're
Go ahead.
they're not fighting each other because that's like you know what racism is, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think chimps can acknowledge like they're not fighting each other because that's like it is because it's another tribe, but to say it's racist is like to imply that they're only fighting them because they're a different tribe. Like they're fighting for a certain reason, which would be like
Yeah, but
resources, land,
yeah,
other monkeys,
yeah,
like that.
yeah. You too. When you or me or anyone that is racist, or of a certain religion or of a certain political camp, we're not aware that it's just our chimp brain telling us to kill the other guy because there's low resources and we can't. This planet is not big enough for the two of us. So the way it works is the brain is not transparent. The brain doesn't let you know what it's thinking. The brain is just producing a some virtual reality and creates hatred in you and uses different chemicals to induce hatred in you to make sure that.
Oh wait,
Excuse me.
so you do agree racism is natural? You just said it's chemicals in your brain.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, there's like nothing to discuss here. Then we already agree. We can go on if you want.
what do we agree on? I don't understand.
That racism's a natural process.
Everything is a natural process. Everything.
No,
Yeah.
anything made by humans isn't a natural process.
Oh, that's just the definition. So you're defining that if humans do it, then it's artificial. Then racism is artificial by your definition. Then I don't know what to tell
Natural is
you. Mm-hmm.
No, natural is existing in or caused by nature, not made or caused by humankind. Like we didn't make racism like racism. We didn't like cause racism.
We don't
Like
cause
it's just a
anything.
natural thing.
We don't cause anything because the universe
Cause
is
wars, cause a bunch of things.
no. These are
You don't think cause wars?
no because there's no
Okay,
scientific.
I don't think we need to talk then. Like, I don't think you're bright, like very bright. I don't think we can speak then because you're not very like bright.
Oh,
You're not the sharpest tool.
oh, so you're disengaging. All right, another
Yeah,
one for the clean floor. Okay, good.
maybe if you
Floor
think that if you want,
clean.
it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Clean floors.
You can make the argument that race itself is a construct of
That
humans.
is, yeah. Yeah, race itself is.
That what?
You do agree? You do know you just said humans don't cause war, right, Mr. Slave?
Well, you didn't let me finish the sentence, and then you disengaged. So I don't know.
Well, you just said they did.
What's the proposition now? Or because the
What
previous
pro-
that you lose. So what do you want to discuss now?
yeah, debate wise, I lose, but like I can't debate with someone that's like
That's called
I
losing.
don't know,
If you can't debate, that's
stupid.
that's like that's losing
No, I can debate.
words.
You just can't. It's harder to engage in a debate with people that like just don't know what's going on.
It's hard, I know, but
No, but you're the issue. You're not me.
thing with extra words, you declare that you lose. You want to debate something?
Sure. I don't know. Can you handle a debate?
Can I handle a debate? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can try.
Okay.
What's
Are
your
you like? Are you religious at all?
No, I'm an atheist. I'm an absolute. I have
All right. Do you think?
I have my own atheism. It's absolute atheism. Meaning anyone who is not an atheist is a liar. If you claim to believe in God, then you're just lying. You don't believe in God.
That's just not true whatsoever.
Okay, but that is
I
my
can.
absolute atheism.
Well, you're just like wrong. Like kids believe in Santa, even though Santa isn't real. That's like they still have a belief.
So clarify. So if after debating me and losing about the existence of God, you still claim to believe in God, then you're lying. I don't have any other words for that. So before
I'll take that
Uh,
challenge, and I'll add one back to you. I'm going to claim that you're not an absolute atheist. Not only that, there are no atheists.
oh, all right, we could do that. But
Yeah.
so who's propositioning, and who am I debating?
You two go ahead. I'll listen. That'll be
All
the
right.
easiest way for me
So
to
SNK,
come in on the backside and
all right,
win.
yeah.
go SNK.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the proposition?
I'm actually neutral on it, so I'm like, now can you like prove atheists exist?
Atheists, people who define.
Yeah. Can you prove?
What do you, well, I'm asking, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to clarify the proposition. So can I prove
Yeah. Well,
what? Go ahead. Mhm.
Infinity up here, he said atheists don't exist, or there is no atheist. So I'm just expanding on that. So like, I don't have like a good reason to believe there are. So can you prove atheists exist in like the world?
Can I prove atheists exist in the world?
Exist.
Well, we need to
Yeah. Prove they
clarify.
exist.
Yeah, fine, but we need to clarify what you mean by a proof. So what will convince you?
You know, any evidence? I don't care what it is.
Tell me what the evidence that you want is. So
Any evidence.
I'll
I don't care what evidence is. It's
no,
evidence.
hold on. I don't know what it means to not care. Obviously, you care. You sound like you care. So here, I'll propose.
No, I don't care what evidence you use. Just use any evidence. We don't have to use specific evidence here.
Before I introduce the evidence, so let me just ask you if the evidence is going to be good enough. So you want me to prove that atheists exist?
Yeah.
So by atheists, do you mean people who identify as atheists?
Just an atheist. You know what an atheist is?
I'm asking you there's no such thing as do I
So,
know. It's a question of how
so you don't know. You don't know anything. You don't know anything then.
you gotta let me finish a sentence.
God.
Thank you. So, in order to have a conversation, we need to agree on definitions. So, we need to agree on the definition of the word atheist. So, I can propose a
Someone who has a disbelief of a God.
Excuse me?
Someone who has a disbelief or lack belief of a God or gods.
No, I don't know what people believe. I have no access to their internal machinery inside their brains. So all I know is what they say. So all we can go on is how people identify themselves as. I have no further knowledge of their beliefs. Only through what they say they believe. So I don't know what they believe. I only know what they say they believe. So I
Yeah, I don't think like them saying it is always a reliable source of information.
fine. So propose a definition for an atheist.
I just did.
Cannot accept it. It's useless for me. I said I don't have access to their internal thinking of their brains. So telling me people who disbelieve in God, that's meaningless. I cannot.
Why would it be?
Excuse me.
You said provide the definition, so I did.
Yeah. The purpose of it. I didn't ask you for a definition. I said the purpose.
She did.
Okay, I'll rephrase. The purpose of a definition is in order to, in order to have a conversation, we need to agree on definitions. Otherwise, it's we're deaf. We can't hear each other. So we need to agree on definitions. So if you're providing a definition, you're proposing you're providing, you're proposing a definition, and I don't understand this definition. I cannot understand it. I can understand, but it's a useless definition. In other words, if you want me to to show you people who are atheists, meaning people who disbelieve in God, uh, the answer is I I there's no way I can relate to such a sentence. I have no access to people's beliefs.
Oh yeah, you're mistaking defining what an atheist is and then like actually proving an atheist exists. Like, you define what an atheist is? Like, what's atheism?
It's not can I define. I can suggest a definition. We need to agree in order to have.
Okay, what do you? Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, what's your definition for it? And I'll tell you if I agree or not.
Okay. So an atheist is someone who identifies as an atheist. So he identifies.
That's a circular definition. It doesn't actually tell us what an atheist is. Also, someone could be lying when they say they identify, so it's also like improper. That's a terrible definition.
Fine. We can start from that and further refine this definition gladly.
Yeah, I gave you the definition. Though. Like, my definition is the definition. Like, there's nothing wrong with my definition.
Yes.
Also, like, you know what a definition is? A definition is like how we describe a certain thing. So, like, atheism is when people lack a belief in God. So that's what atheism is.
No. It's we. You said we, meaning me and you. In order to have right in a debate, there's only me and you in the universe. The universe.
Wait, we don't have to go.
Mhm.
How about we get infinity here? It's like a judge's verdict if we can't come to a conclusion on what an atheist is.
I don't accept mods.
Well, if we're disagreeing, then like that's only fair, right?
No.
We need a judge's verdict if we can't come to an agreement.
There's no.
Yes.
No. No.
Infinity. Can you make a judge's verdict here?
No. I don't accept his moderation. It's useless.
I'm inclined to let you two work it out.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be able to make a conclusion?
There's no conclusion. We didn't agree on the definition of your proposition.
Yeah, but you're not going to sit here and agree, even though I'm correct. So we're gonna have to like make a judge's verdict. I already tell you why.
There's no correct.
I already told you why your definition's terrible. Too.
I told you why your definition is also terrible. I agree that my
No,
definition
you
is
didn't.
incomplete. I said we can further refine it, but your definition, I
How is mine wrong?
I took your definition and I further refined it and I explained how I'm refining
No,
it.
you didn't. No, you didn't refine it. You like bewildered it down to the worst possible definition I've ever heard in my whole life.
Well, we can further refine it. We can further agree. I accepted. Look, by
Wait, so you accept my definition?
sort of. I took it and I improved it, and we can always further improve.
Wait, how'd you improve it when I told you the flaws in it?
I,
And you didn't tell me the flaws in mine.
I did. I told you the flaws in yours, and you told me the flaws in my.
Can you repeat them?
Excuse me.
What are the flaws in mine? What are the flaws in my
Have
definition?
I have no access to the internal beliefs of a person, so I cannot.
What? Why does that matter? Why
You,
does that matter?
so how can you want me to show you a person who is an atheist, meaning he disbelieves in God? I don't have access.
That's proving an atheist exists, not defining atheism. You're mixing the two up. Do you not know what defining is? Can you tell me what? Tell me what like a definition is. Like, what is the definition for?
The purpose of a definition is in order to start a conversation, to have a conversation, to agree.
No, it's not.
Look, the purpose of a conversation and a debate is to discuss science.
No.
What do you mean?
No, a definition is a statement of the exact meaning of a word. I don't know where you got that from. So, like, in this scenario, we would have to come to an agreement on what the meaning of atheism is, and I already give you what it is.
There's no such thing. I give you what it is. You can suggest we could.
It is like that's how an argument works.
We need to agree in order to have a discussion.
No, we don't.
So how can we have a discussion?
By engaging in the dialectic and like proving our sides.
But if I don't understand your proposition, how can we have a discussion?
What do you think my proposition is?
You
I
said,
actually never claimed the one. I just said atheists exist. Like, I'm asking evidence for your prop.
well, your proposition is, for example, that atheists, since you're asking for evidence that atheists exist, then your proposition is that atheists don't exist. I take
Nice. Yeah, like I guess I'm asking you to prove something doesn't mean I believe the opposite.
then okay, then what is your
I don't.
proposition?
I told you I don't have a proposition. I never made a truth claim.
So how can we have? So what are we discussing? So
There only has to be one truth claim. Actually, have a debate. Like, yeah, I'm asking you for evidence, and then I'm gonna debunk your evidence.
but what's the proposition? So the proposition.
Your proposition exists. That's all we need.
So the proposition is that I don't have evidence, or there is no evidence that.
No, the proposition is that atheists exists. That's your proposition. That's it.
Oh,
Well, his proposition actually was atheists exist and only atheists exist, and everyone else is a liar.
Oh yeah. Yes, that's your proposition, and you have to prove it now so you can show me your evidence. And if you don't, then I'll take that as a concession.
no, but first we have to agree on the definition of an atheist.
Tell me what a definition is real quick, because I don't think you actually know what a definition is.
If I don't know what it means to know. I know. So
You don't know what knowing things is? Are you stupid?
no.
Or you don't know what knowing something is? Do you know anything? Can you tell me what color is the sky?
Okay. You want to discuss the color of the sky now?
No, just tell me. I'll prove something for you. Just tell me what the color of the sky is.
Well, it depends on the definition of sky.
Just tell me, like, when you look up what color is the sky, you know the sky is.
I'm looking up and I see the ceiling. So the sky is
What color is your ceiling?
Excuse me?
What color is your What color is your
Well,
ceiling?
first, the color of the sky is apparently transparent because I can see right through it. And I see the ceiling through the sky.
Buddy, you're not looking at the sky. You're looking at your ceiling.
What?
How you look at the sky if you're looking at your ceiling?
It depends on the definition of sky. I'm assuming sky is.
Anyways, What's the color of your ceiling? I'll ask you that. That's a better question.
The color of my ceiling? Well, it has multiple colors.
Like,
I would say on
name.
average, it's whitish.
Okay, so you know the color of your ceiling is white, so you do know things. Congratulations.
Don't know. You asked me what the color. It's not about knowledge. It seems
You don't.
to be.
You said you don't know things,
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
you just told me how you know your ceiling is white, so
Well,
you do know things.
I mean, it depends on the definition of to know of knowledge.
Can you tell me the definition of a definition?
I guess the definition of a definition would be to say in other words, to explain in other words, to simplify maybe, to try and simplify something, term, concept.
No, that's like incorrect. A definition is how you. It's like the exact meaning of something. So that's what a definition is. So you said define atheism. We have no atheism is a lack of belief of God or God. So
Yeah,
there we go. I defined atheism for it. Do you agree or disagree?
well, I reject your definition of the word definition. So we would have to first discuss the definition of definition.
All right, hold on. We can just appeal to Oxford languages.
No, you have to convince me of anything. You cannot appeal to anything.
Yeah, I don't have to. Well, we already know we use the word definition like this, so but we can use Oxford languages since like these guys are the experts on
We
this.
can do many things, but we have to. I have. We have.
Slave, I'm really curious, dude. Do you think that anyone is going to pay attention to your YouTube channel when you're bogged down for a half hour in the minutia of defining words?
Actually, you're not.
Yeah, I'm bored.
You're not gonna believe.
Because I
I'm
can tell you, I'm sitting here listening to you, and I've been cooking, and now I'm taking a shit, and also watching videos while I do it. And I can tell you that even with all that other activity going on around me, this is still one of the most boring fucking things I've ever heard. It's like watching old people fuck badly.
Well,
I don't know if that helps.
I sat out for my requisite 30 seconds, so I can give you hot takes all day long.
I'm only engaging because I'm that bored. I have nothing to do. This guy's not too smart. I don't know if he's trolling or not. He might be trolling. I don't think anyone.
I mean,
do
he's
this.
legitimately streaming this shit, so I don't know who he's streaming it to. I don't know who would watch 30 minutes of trying to define the word atheist
And definition apparently.
and the word definition. Yeah, it seems like the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah. Well, I got to go to half an hour on the definition of definition, but I can tell you what an atheist is because I am one, and I'll be brief about it. An atheist is not an anti-theist; it is a non-theist.
No, this
if
guy.
If you want to believe in the Lord, great, go ahead. Go have a fucking spaghetti dinner. I don't care. No, I don't buy it. I think it's superstitious nonsense.
No, Tim. Like I've been told him this. He's the type to sit there and, like he doesn't understand what a definition is. Like he doesn't know what a definition is. I asked him and he said it's to like simplify something, which obviously definition isn't that. You should argue with this guy and see for yourself.
I don't care. His name is Mr. Slave. Imagine talking to somebody named Mr. Slave.
What's wrong with that name?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what his wife's doing to him or whatever.
I don't know.
Pick a better pseudonym.
I don't know why he's streaming. He has one viewer and it's me. You have no viewer.
I'm talking.
No, I mean Mr. Slave. He's like making this live. I don't know why though.
You're not gonna believe it,
Mr. Slave.
Yeah, let me just.
You need to kick the bucket, Mr. Slave.
What?
You need to kick the bucket.
So you're not gonna believe it, but so a couple of days ago, I had a debate called "Philosophy Isn't Real," and the name of "Philosophy Isn't Real" was a joke, but I took it seriously because I believe philosophy isn't real, and everyone was surprised.
Yeah, but you're like the biggest idiot I've ever met in my whole life, though. So I don't really care what you say.
I'm sorry. The biggest what?
The biggest idiot.
Why you call him idiot? He is
Because he's a fucking Nimrod. That's why.
Nimrod.
Yes. Nimrod,
Who is Nim?
moron, dumbass. A lot of things.
Okay. So, what is your position, SMK? Are you an
Which
atheist or not?
agnostic atheist.
Okay. Mr. Slave's trying to debate with you,
Yeah, we're debating if atheist exists.
and then you insulting him.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You can go watch his live. He's actually live. If you want to go re-look at the whole debate, you can go look at it, and then I think you'll see why I'm
Yeah.
calling.
Put the link in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat right now.
Oh, okay. Is that a racism is natural? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were arguing at the beginning, but
Yeah, we changed.
Okay.
The first debate, I mopped the floor with his face, so he got upset.
I told him I'm not going to debate with him because he's too stupid to debate with. He said humans don't cause wars, so I just decided I'm not going to discuss with a moron.
That means he lost the debate. And then he got upset that he lost the debate. So
You want to think that you can think that?
I offered him
I personally don't.
I offered him a rematch, and he's getting all upset again.
A rematch. Upset. All right, buddy. What's like? Where are you from?
Wait, are you disengaging from the second debate?
That's been disengaged.
All right.
I can't like.
Look, you're just keeping my floor clean. Your face is very useful. Thank you.
Can you tell me why you won the second one?
You just announced you disengaged.
No, I said it's been disengaged. Also meaning you also were disengaged.
I never disengaged.
Yeah. So I'm actually sweeping the floor with you, buddy.
I don't remember.
I have shit stain on my. I'm using you like a toothbrush.
Anyway, I don't remember.
You're cuffed.
I don't remember.
I use you as a plunger. Boy, you're cleaning my toilet.
How?
Use your face as a plunger.
How?
Oh yeah, you want to see?
At what point did you feel that I disengaged?
When we just stopped talking about the conversation.
We? I'm.
Yes,
how did
we.
I stopped or you stopped? Who stopped?
Yeah, we both stopped.
We both? Who switched topic to calling me names and such? Who did that?
Remind me. That I didn't switch topic. This guy's asking me questions, so I'm just answering them.
So you
if anything, he actually.
You didn't just decide to start calling me names?
Wait, I think I was actually the last one to rebuttal what you said. You just didn't even respond. I think you're like ducking me. You're ducking our dialectic.
The question is, who switched topics?
No one switched topics.
Who started discussing me as the new topic?
Neil.
No, between me and you, who switched topic from atheism?
That's not switching the topic. That's like relevant to our discussion.
Then you never disengaged.
That's okay.
So now you're contradicting yourself.
I say we disengaged when we just stopped speaking to each other.
Now you're saying that we did disengage.
If we're disengaging,
we did not disengage. You're contradicting yourself.
I always said we did disengage. You said we didn't. I said we did.
So, but now you just said that you did not disengage. But we're still talking because I am part of the conversation.
When did I say that? No, I said that was relevant to the conversation. Doesn't mean we didn't disengage.
So did we or did we not?
Yeah, I've been said that.
So wait, did we or did we not? Just yes or no.
Stupid, buddy.
Excuse me?
Are you stupid? Oh my god!
To answer the question.
You are quite the.
Oh yeah. I remember you, Mr. Slave. Now you change your photos. Yeah.
Yeah.
You delete. Yeah. Thank you. You deleted all the photos. That's good.
Yeah.
Mr. Slave's interesting.
Well, yeah, SMK. Mr. Slave is a smart guy. He is from Europe.
He's really stupid.
No, he is from Europe.
Okay, and I don't care.
And we should understand that European people are much higher society historically in this planet, and the number.
That doesn't mean they're smart.
and number three is African.
All right, I don't really care. This guy himself isn't smart like you.
What is? Yeah, I'm Asian, so we gonna be
Oh,
on
ooh,
top.
now you're smart. You're smart. You're Asian.
Yeah, we're gonna be on top. Then Western people is gonna be number two, and African will always be at the bottom.
It's funny because in all that glorious Asian math the Chinese were doing over the past 60 years, they forgot to fuck and have any kids.
I don't get it.
No, we are Japanese.
Oh, okay. Well, you're Japanese. Well, guess what? You forgot to fuck even more and have kids. So you're definitely not going to be on top unless you're on top of a fucking non-Japanese person trying to have children.
The next process is we're gonna mix with Western.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, you will be
And we're gonna
effectively diluted.
wait, infinite
create
diversity.
another generation.
Infinite, do you want to propose that the Asians are going extinct?
Well, I would say that specifically, I don't regard all Asians as being the same because if that were the case, the Indians would certainly not be in danger of going extinct. However, when it comes to the Chinese population, I would certainly propose that they have an inverted demographic and that they are going to experience demographic collapse very soon.
Okay, so let's make some predictions. When will they go extinct?
So we don't
Yeah.
have to make predictions, and I didn't claim they go extinct.
So what are you predicting?
Smartest Mr. Slave thing to say. Oh my god. I was straw manning.
Wait, SNP,
Yes,
I
Strawman.
said they have an inverted demographic and they will experience demographic collapse. It doesn't mean go extinct.
I don't know. What is
That means they're going to have a lot of old people and very few young people to support them. That's what it means.
Are you specifically talking about the people in the China or other Asian on the other
I
country?
said China.
Oh, okay, because
I
you
very
have to be very
specifically said
specific.
China.
Yeah.
Japan and Korea are not experiencing demographic collapse. They just are not having any children at all.
Well, I'm about to making children.
Good job. You need to make about 6.
Yeah, and I'm about to get Western women.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Get you a few. Make about 6 babies. Be fine.
I prefer Irish Celtic.
Although I'm going to tell you, it's going to be difficult to find some Western women that are interested in your micro penis, probably.
No, I'm saying Irish Celtic are much more smaller women compared
Oh,
to
okay.
yeah. Yeah, they're gonna still like my, you know,
Your micro penis, yeah.
uh, no, not really. Well, it's average, I would say.
Yeah, for Japan, it's micro penis.
Well, yeah, but mm, yeah, you can say average.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't cut your wrists over, dog. It'll be all right.
wait,
Yeah,
infinite
alright.
diversity? Let's make some hard predictions so that we can keep track of your claim.
Well, we already have made the hard predictions. You just don't know about them.
What is the hard prediction?
I mean, instead
Would
of
you like
the
me to send you
bigger,
the links that show how the math plays out over the next 100 years?
Make a hard prediction. What is your hard prediction? What do you predict is going to happen? Make a prediction.
Demographic collapse. I don't know how else to say it. Is that not English enough, or
But what is it?
what about black people?
what does
who are
demographic
bigger?
collapse mean?
Yeah. Make a
It
hard
means that you're not going to have a young population to support an old population.
Okay.
Where is the evidence?
And what does it entail? What's going to be the end result? Is it going to be extinction or not? I mean, give me a metric.
No, you're the only one saying the word extinction, son.
Fine. Then what is? How do we measure whatever your prediction is? How do we measure it whether it's correct or not?
Well, you got to wait for time to pass.
I mean, European population is even declining 0.3% per year compared to Asian. So I don't know. I don't know your evidence. I mean, if you have a very good evidence.
Again, I'm not making a claim about all Asians.
Yeah, I mean, your claim about population declining is even worse in Europe
My
population,
claim
in
is about
Western population.
demographic collapse, and you're changing my words, and it's specifically in reference to
The
China.
the definition I'm looking in demographic collapse is exactly the same as a population declining.
Well, the population is declining. There's no doubt about that. By a billion people within the next 80 years, I believe.
Yeah, I mean the population declining is actually projected to be more decline in Europe population compared to Asian population as a whole.
Well, there's a difference in population declining and a population declining through demographic collapse.
What is the example of demographic collapse?
Yeah.
Where you don't have enough old people or young people to support the old
How do
people.
we measure it? And
Yeah, that is the definition of a population declining. What is this guy doing?
It's called math.
Depopulation. What do you mean math? I mean the population declining is exactly as demographic collapse. What are you talking? Are you saying the land is going to be collapsed? What are you talking about? Is the population of a human are declining? That is the definition of it.
Well, it's not, but feel free to believe that.
how do we measure
Well, I think you are lost.
infinite? No, 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 infinite. How do we measure if I mean
He thinks I'm
what
lost.
you're saying is true? How do we measure it? It might be true or false. But how do we measure it?
Well, what we do is we count how many people exist in China,
Batman.
and then we look at how many people are going to be at a certain age in a certain year,
I don't disagree.
and then we look and we see.
I don't disagree.
You just asked me a question. Are you going to shut up and let me answer it?
No, I don't disagree.
Are you going to shut the fuck up and let me answer it? The answer is yes, you're going to do that. Say yes, Infinite. I'm going to shut the fuck up and do that. Okay. So then you see how many old people there are, and you see what age they are, and you see when more people are going to be old in the future, and then you see how many young people there currently are, and how many of them are going to exist when this population of old people need care and leave the workforce and leave the society. And that's how we
Yeah,
measure it.
Okay, why should I care about
yeah, that is the
One
definition.
second, Neil, 1 second. Infinite, why should I care if what you said is going to happen or not? Why should anyone care?
Well, if you're not Chinese, you shouldn't care.
Okay, if I'm Chinese, why should I care?
Well, because it's going to bring about massive social economic instability.
Okay, what metric? Name a metric and a number. What's going to happen? Make a prediction. Make a hard prediction so we can follow. I don't know what you're saying. Make a hard prediction.
Make a projection.
Yeah,
Prediction.
I am
projection.
making a hard prediction.
So what, you're saying
Oh,
nothing. You're saying nothing. There's no hard prediction.
Yeah, you say nothing. You're just
Okay, well,
dreaming.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Trust me, nothing's gonna happen. I know.
Johnny, yes, Papa. Did you have any sugar? No,
I'm going to
Papa.
mute you if you don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
No,
I
Papa.
mean, obviously, they're just spamming
Papa.
Or
my ears.
do you hear me?
Yeah, you just server mute him.
Yeah.
You are the owner of this.
Shut the fuck up.
And
Okay, so you don't
I mean,
think there's any consequences from demographic collapse?
Correct.
of course there is.
No, only positive.
Okay, well, only positive.
Yeah.
What is the
God,
give
y'all are
me the
ignorant.
negative metric? Give me the negative metric. Give me the metric. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Is the GDP per capita?
Give
gonna
us the
fall?
projection.
Give me something. Yeah, give me something to work with. You're refusing to give me a hard
Uh,
prediction, so it's useless.
I'm not refusing,
Yeah,
I'm just eating.
Okay.
This guy is such a really low IQ.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you say what you want.
I'm gonna.
You got
I'm gonna
Google in
go
front
out
of you.
there.
I'm confident you can use it.
What?
You have Google in front of you, and I'm confident that you can use
No,
it.
you are going to make a hard prediction. Not me. You.
I'm not debating this with you.
Fine. That's called losing with extra steps.
I was never debating it.
That's also called losing with extra steps.
Okay, well, you can say that. It's not my conversation. I'm not debating it.
Yeah, the loser always says he wasn't fighting. You know how kids go. Yeah, I wasn't fighting.
I mean, I don't have to educate you, so that's not my job.
Look, okay. Look, Infinite, with all due respect, I did study demography. I'm sort of an expert at it. And so
Yeah, but you don't understand demographic collapse.
Stop. That's the point. After you study it, you see it's complete nonsense. I'm not just telling you, please. I'm trying to help you see that it's nonsense, because there is no hard marker. You don't have a hard marker. You don't have anything scientific to go by. Just words. Demographic collapse. Everyone says it. Fantastic. I don't disagree, but it's neutral. Yeah. What about the demographic collapse? What do you want from it? Give me a hard number to work.
If you believe it's neutral, that's fine.
No. Scientifically speaking, it's neutral. It could go either way. It's meaningless. It's completely meaningless.
So when you have a much older population than younger population, times many more people, who supports the older people?
Look, if you think the GDP...
That's a question.
Yeah, fine. I'm trying to answer. So if you think you're hinting that the GDP per capita is going to fall. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the average quality of life, in your opinion, is going to fall. That's what it sounds like. When you say, who's going to support the old, it sounds like the average quality of life is going to fall. So that's a GDP per capita, that's average quality of life. These are good metrics to study and see. Are you correct or are you not correct? Is your prediction going to come true or not? I mean, we can track it. So the answer is that, again, it could go either way.
So then what I'm saying is not true.
Correct. It's neutral.
You're
saying
neutral.
You're saying
okay.
You're saying the sky is blue. The sky is blue.
How many workers in China does it take to support one non-worker?
It depends. It could be
on average, noob. We're talking about averages, retard.
Look, it depends.
Yes, in economics, we're talking about averages, dumbass. What is the average number of workers in China it takes to support a non-worker?
Don't know.
Right, you don't know.
No, it's irrelevant. It could go either way. It could go any way. We don't know. And whatever it is right now is insignificant to what it's going to be.
You don't know. That's fine.
Yeah. It's unknowable. It depends.
Economists around the world do know.
I don't care. That's an appeal to authority.
By the way, China knows.
That's appeal to whatever. It's appealed. You have to convince me. You got to talk to me.
I don't have to convince you.
Then okay. Then Then what's the point?
You're nobody.
Yeah.
Why would I have to convince you?
Well, yeah. So again and again, that's just called losing a debate.
You can say that, but one, I wasn't debating it, and two, I'm not going to debate something that's common sense.
Of course you were debating. Of course you're debating. This the fact that we didn't make a formal.
That isn't the name of my channel. That's not what my conversation's even about.
Look, when you argue with someone or over some topic, that's called a debate. Whether
I didn't argue. I made a statement, and you chose to argue about it.
Oh, we had a back and forth. It falls under the category.
No, there was no back and forth. I'm sitting here eating the whole time. I've not tried to prove anything to you.
Yeah, you are. You tried.
I mean, I could easily prove it. There's plenty of metrics that show it.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm not even disagreeing. I'm just saying, we can have a discussion.
You're not listening, son. I don't care to prove it to you.
Okay, look. So that's called losing. You got to make up your mind. You can either prove it easily or
You
not.
can say it's losing. I don't care.
Yeah. The losers.
I'm a grown man. You're not going to make me do something I don't want to do by using 12-year-old games.
The one who's playing, look, I don't know what it means. Like,
my children are probably older than you.
Look, no, very unlikely.
My daughter's 24.
I'm probably old enough to be a grandfather.
Okay, believe that.
Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. Been for we've been here streaming.
You should get back to work looking up some Chinese demographics.
I thought you were gonna say Chinese chicks. We should do that too.
That way you can at least be educated on the subject you're wrong
I
about.
know I'm completely uneducated. I only, you know, for years I was studying the demographics. Yeah,
I know. Earlier today you were studying the brain.
well, you know, I can do, you know, I've done many. I'm old, so I've done many things in my life, each for many years. You do that when you're
You got a career where you cross fucking neurology and demography.
no, those it was never the demography was never a career.
Yeah, I can tell.
You can tell. But
If you did, you were bad at it.
well, it was not a career, and if you feel that I did not convince
Dude, if you can't understand how basic fucking population collapse
I'm not
will cause a
denying.
socioeconomic issue,
I never denied.
then
I told you.
then that's a problem.
Okay, I told you it could go either way. What can I? I told you it depends on. We need more
No, it
parameters.
can't go either way. It
Really?
can only go one way.
Really?
Really. How is China going to support its non-working population as they age without a working population? It's a simple question. You should have an answer to it.
Right. I mean, for example, you can introduce robotics.
Robotics.
Yeah.
And robotics are going to provide the health care that the aging population needs, and robotics are going to fill in the jobs that the aging population leave behind, and robotics are going to create the tax base that the aging population is no longer producing, and so on and so on. You're silly. Your answer's silly.
Well, it's a partial.
You have the answer of a child.
Well, it was a partial.
You've not thought about this for 5 minutes. I would suggest you go read maybe some Peter Zahn or somebody that might could help you out a bit to understand this problem. I don't know.
No. I have written about it, and I've made many videos about it, and I've explained it.
Have you?
Yeah. So
I would suggest you stop writing about it.
Well, anyway, so I gave you a partial answer. If you want further discussion, we can further discuss it.
Hey, you said robotics.
That's
Silly.
a partial. That's like if you want to deal with the sick, of which there is actually very few. So in a population, people usually, get sick and die very quickly. They only get sick towards the very end. So even when you have an elder population, it's not like an elder population, they all are quadriplegics. It's not like they all need.
Oh, you don't understand what end of life care is, obviously.
Yeah, I'm just saying, statistically speaking,
You don't understand what end of life care is?
I just said, yeah, I do. And I'm saying, statistically speaking, it's a minority within a population.
So when an elderly person requires care around the clock or for multiple hours a day, not because they're sick, but because they're elderly.
So
do you understand how that works?
No, I don't. So you can.
Okay.
When you grow old, you don't necessarily have to become sick. Sometimes people.
I didn't say sick.
No, if they need care, that's the definition of sick. Why would
Incorrect. They can be disabled.
Okay, sick.
They can be partially disabled.
Yes. Look, the point is
they can need what's considered as in-home assistance.
Yes. So in any case, it's always
as my father-in-law does for 8 hours a day right now.
Yes.
In his 70s.
Yes. So it's always,
and he's not sick.
All right, you gotta let me talk.
Oh, okay.
It's always a minority of the population. So even if your entire population, down to the last, is over 70, still a minority of the population is going to need care. Or
Incorrect.
Care. It doesn't matter.
Incorrect.
No, because people only need care towards the very end. Anyway.
I called it end of life care, sir.
Yeah, but it's it's fine if everyone is over 70 and they live until, let's say, they're 100. So you're still going to have, on average, almost 30 years in you to help others. It's not like everyone over 70 is quadriplegic.
They don't have to be. They can just have trouble getting up out of a chair.
Yeah, but look, statistically speaking, I don't know how many elderly people are around you, but statistically speaking, people don't become disabled as soon as they cross the 70. Arnold Schwarzenegger is way over 70 and he's a beast. And he took steroids his entire life. He's not a healthy person, relatively. Donald Trump is relatively an unhealthy person, but he's fully functional and he's almost 80.
What's the average lifespan in the United
Look,
States?
that's not. Look, I don't know. I don't know these numbers. It's not important. The point
Right,
is,
you don't know, because if you did know, then you would know that you just named outliers that are above the average age.
no.
Okay.
It,
Well,
look, it
let's
doesn't.
prove
Look,
it
the
real
point is,
quick.
it's only a part.
Average
Look,
age.
it's only. I
Let me
just.
just prove it to you real quick so you
It's
can
not
quit lying.
important. No,
Average age
I.
of life, men, U.S.
Okay. Look.
So, average age of men in the United States is 74 years old, which means that all of the people you just named, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Arnold Schwarzenegger, are above the average. Anyway, back to your nonsense statement.
Look. So you're imagining.
You don't know what you're talking about,
You
dude.
gotta let me speak. I heard your opinion about me. That's wasting time. I don't waste our time. You want to really?
I'm not. I'm just telling you you're factually incorrect.
No, that's a waste of time.
I just proved to you that the idea that
I
you're
said it was
70 and going
relevant.
to live to
Before
100
you went to
is
get
silly.
Before you went to get the data, I told you it's irrelevant. The point is, I mean, sooner or later we're going to have robotics, especially now with the acceleration of AI. So a lot of the elderly care is going to become.
You're assuming, and those robotics are not going to help with elderly care.
Well, you got to.
You have no data to back up what you're
All right,
saying.
okay,
Well,
look.
you have no data to back up what you're saying. I'm not inclined to let you finish. This is not a debate.
All right, whatever. Look, I got to go either way.
This is you being wrong a lot.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're not letting me.
Get some reading in, dude.
No.
Do a little education, and thank you for conceding when you were out of your depth.
Look, you're not letting me speak, so it's not a.
There's no point. You're not saying anything that's factually true.
Look, all right. You don't want to debate it.
No. Not with someone that doesn't know anything. Give me somebody in here that knows something.
All right. Look,
I'll debate it with an educated person. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, man, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye.
Oh my God. He's such a meanie. Yesterday he kicked me out off his stream, off his room, because I didn't let him finish a sentence that was irrelevant. Anyway, we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you very much, everyone. See you later. Bye bye.